Automatic or solar, which one actually deserves your hard-earned money in 2026? Choosing the right movement can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Today, we're counting down the 10 best watches on the market, comparing the absolute best automatic watches and solar watches to help you find your perfect match. Let's dive in. Number 1. Rolex Oyster Perpetual. The Rolex Oyster Perpetual is not just a watch, it's the benchmark. Every other automatic watch in this list exists in a world that Rolex helped shape. The Oyster case, introduced in 1926, was the world's first waterproof watch case. The Perpetual rotor, introduced in 1931, was the world's first modern automatic winding system. These weren't incremental improvements. They were revolutions. Today's Oyster Perpetual houses the caliber 3230, a movement so refined, so accurate, and so durable that servicing intervals have been extended to 10 years or more under normal use. The movement is certified as a superlative chronometer, accuracy of 2+2 seconds per day, which outperforms the standard COSC certification. Rolex tests 100% of its movements before shipping. No sampling, no exceptions. The 41mm Oyster steel case is finished with a combination of brushed and polished surfaces that simply look more expensive than they are, because the materials and machining tolerances behind that finish are genuinely extraordinary. The bracelet fits so precisely that each link is individually measured to maintain the taper and profile Rolex specifies. Every detail is where it should be. Nothing is missing. Nothing is excessive. This is what perfect looks like. The dial range on the Oyster Perpetual is among the most striking in watchmaking today. Candy-colored options in yellow, green, coral, teal, and more, alongside classic silver and black. These dials have become cultural touchstones, spawned waiting lists, and, in the case of the yellow and coral, become some of the most photographed watches of the decade. Water resistance is 100 meters. The twin-lock crown seals perfectly. The sapphire crystal features Rolex's proprietary Cyclops magnification over the date, though the OP itself has no date, keeping the dial perfectly balanced and uncluttered. At around $6,100–$6,500 retail, it is perpetually sold out at authorized dealers. For good reason, no watch on this list, or arguably any list, better combines technical excellence, heritage, design restraint, investment value, and pure emotional satisfaction. Automatic versus solar? Both have their place. But when it comes to the single best watch you can buy in 2026, the answer remains the same as it has been for nearly a century. The Rolex Oyster Perpetual isn't just number 1. It's the reason number 1 exists. Number 2. Grand Seiko Heritage Automatic High Beat. Grand Seiko is not Seiko's budget line. It's Japan's answer to Swiss haute horlogerie, and in many measurable ways it surpasses it. The high beat designation means the movement oscillates at 36,000 beats per hour, 10 beats per second, which produces a sweeping second hand that is incomparably smooth, and an accuracy spec of +3 seconds per day standard. With many examples performing at +1 second or better, the dials are works of art. Crafted to represent Japanese natural landscapes, misty mountains, forest paths, the texture of birch bark. Each dial texture is unique, created using techniques developed by Grand Seiko artisans over generations. You don't just read the time on a Grand Seiko. You look at it and feel something. The Zaratsu polishing on the case is legendary. This traditional technique creates alternating mirror-polished and brushed surfaces with edges so sharp they appear to cut the light itself. Under direct light, the case transforms. Under soft light, it glows. It's impossible to fully capture in photographs. You genuinely have to hold one. Swiss watches tell you the time. Grand Seiko makes you feel it. The Caliber 9SA5, Grand Seiko's dual impulse escapement, is an in-house designed masterpiece of engineering. The movement is visible through a sapphire display caseback and demonstrates a level of finishing, anglage, beveling, hand polishing that rivals movements costing 3 to 5 times more from Swiss manufacturers, priced typically between $5,500 and $8,000, depending on the reference. Grand Seiko. High beat models sit in the same range as Rolex and Omega, but offer something genuinely different. They are quieter, more contemplative, and arguably more beautiful in their finishing. For the discerning watch enthusiast, they represent a discovery. Grand Seiko doesn't compete with Switzerland. It operates on its own level, and the world is finally paying attention. Number 3. Omega Seamaster Diver 300M. James Bond's watch, Swiss precision, and one of the most recognized timepieces on the planet. The Seamaster Diver 300M has been Bond's watch since 1995's GoldenEye, and for good reason. It's genuinely excellent. This isn't just marketing. It's a legitimate professional dive watch with 300 meters of water resistance, a helium escape valve, a ceramic bezel insert, and a movement that competes with anything in the world. Inside is Omega's coaxial master chronometer caliber, 8806 or 8800 depending on the configuration, certified to ZU + 5 seconds per day accuracy, anti-magnetic to 15,000 Gauss, far beyond any real-world electromagnetic source you'd encounter, and featuring Omega's proprietary coaxial escapement that requires servicing far less frequently than traditional lever escapements. The dial is immediately recognizable, wave pattern texture, applied hour markers with generous lume, and the iconic Seamaster script. The ceramic bezel is virtually scratch-proof. The bracelet is superbly finished, with a micro-adjustment clasp that allows fine-tuning the fit with or without a wetsuit. From the ocean floor to the silver screen, the Seamaster has earned every inch of its legendary reputation. At 42 mm, with a lug-to-lug measurement that wears comfortably even on smaller wrists, the Seamaster balances sport and elegance beautifully. It's equally convincing in a boardroom or on a boat. The range of colors, blue, black, green, gray, means there's a Seamaster for every personality. Priced around $6,000 retail, the Omega Seamaster Diver 300 Emirs sits at the entry point of true Swiss luxury. For what you get, the movement, the finishing, the history, the brand heritage, it represents a strong value at its tier. This is a watch that will outlast you and still be appreciated by the next generation. Bond wore it. Divers trust it. Watch collectors respect it. The Seamaster earns its place at number 3. Number 4. Citizen Eco Drive Chronomaster. This watch proves that solar technology can compete with the very best. With an incredible accuracy of +1 second per year, it's one of the world's most precise light-powered watches. Powered by Citizen's in-house A660 Eco Drive caliber, it uses advanced temperature compensation to deliver exceptional accuracy in every condition. The clean, elegant dial reflects true Japanese craftsmanship, while the super titanium case is 5 times harder than stainless steel and around 40% lighter, making it both durable and incredibly comfortable. Thanks to Eco Drive technology, any natural or artificial light keeps the watch running for months without ever needing a battery replacement. If you want the ultimate solar-powered watch, the Citizen Eco Drive Chronomaster stands in a class of its own. Number 5. Tudor Black Bay 58. The automatic watch that changed how the world thinks about Tudor forever. Tudor is Rolex's sister brand, and for decades it was dismissed as the cheaper option. The Black Bay 58 changed all of that. Named after Tudor's iconic 1958 reference, which was one of the first dive watches to achieve 200 meters of water resistance, the BB58 combines authentic vintage DNA with modern manufacturing precision. At 39 mm, it wears smaller and more elegantly than most modern sport watches. That's a deliberate choice. It references an era when watches were smaller and more wearable. Yet the presence it commands on the wrist is remarkable. The domed crystal, the gilt dial details, the iconic Tudor rose logo on the crown, every detail has been obsessed over. Inside beats the MT5402, Tudor's in-house manufacture automatic movement, QOSC chronometer certified for accuracy with a 70-hour power reserve. That's exceptional for a dive watch. The movement is also anti-magnetic, which addresses one of the most common issues with mechanical watches in modern environments. The Black Bay 58 doesn't just wear beautifully, it moves beautifully. Every detail earns its place. Water resistance reaches 200 meters. The bezel insert uses genuine fabric weave aluminum. The bracelet, either the steel bracelet or the iconic soft touch leather strap, fits the wrist perfectly with just the right amount of taper. Even the packaging reflects Tudor's attention to detail. At around $3,800–$4,200, The BB58 sits in an interesting price zone, significantly above the Tissot and Citizen options, but representing extraordinary value compared to equivalent Rolex or Omega competitors. It's the sweet spot between accessible and aspirational. The Black Bay 58 didn't just revive Tudor's reputation, it gave automatic watch lovers a new reference point for excellence. Number 6. Citizen Promaster Eco Drive Diver is a serious professional dive watch powered entirely by light. Citizen's Eco Drive technology has been refined over decades into one of the most reliable solar movements in the world. The Promaster diver uses this technology to deliver a watch capable of professional underwater use, with 200 meters of water resistance and the added convenience of never needing a battery replacement. Ever. The case is robust and purposeful. A 44mm stainless steel build with a unidirectional rotating dive bezel, screw-down crown, and prominent luminous markers that remain readable in the darkest underwater conditions. The super titanium strap option also reduces the weight dramatically while maintaining extreme durability. Citizen's proprietary Duratect coating on certain models makes the case more scratch-resistant than standard steel. In fact, it approaches the hardness of ceramic. For a dive watch that will see regular use in saltwater, abrasive sand, and rough conditions, this is a significant practical advantage. This is the dive watch that proves you don't need Swiss prestige or battery changes to go deep. The lume on the Promaster diver is outstanding. After a few seconds of light exposure, the dial and hands glow brilliantly in darkness, essential for any serious diving application. The bezel clicks are firm and deliberate, preventing accidental rotation during a dive. Priced between $250 and $500 depending on the variant, the Citizen Promaster Eco Drive Diver competes directly with mechanical dive watches costing twice as much. The reliability, the solar convenience, and the professional spec sheet make it one of the most compelling value propositions in the dive watch category. For divers, adventure seekers, and practicality lovers, the Promaster is a masterclass in solar engineering. Number 7. Tissot PRX Powermatic 80. The PRX was originally introduced in the 1970s as Tissot's answer to the integrated bracelet sports luxury trend started by the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. Today's PRX Powermatic 80 carries that same DNA, an integrated bracelet that flows seamlessly into the case, a clean geometric dial, and a presence on the wrist that looks far more expensive than it actually is. Inside beats the Powermatic 80 movement, Tissot's in-house automatic caliber with an extraordinary 80-hour power reserve. That means you can take the watch off on Friday evening, leave it on your nightstand, and it will still be running accurately Monday morning when you reach for it. Most basic automatics offer only 40-42 hours. The sapphire crystal is scratch-resistant and features anti-reflective coating, making the dial pop in any lighting condition. Water resistance reaches 100 meters. The skeletonized caseback lets you see the movement through a clear display window, always satisfying for mechanical watch enthusiasts. The PRX wears like a $2,000 watch. It costs under $600. That gap is impossible to ignore. Available in a stunning range of dial colors, blue, green, silver, black, and more, the PRX suits everything from weekend casual to office formal. The integrated bracelet is comfortable and well-finished, with polished center links flanked by brushed outer links in the classic sports luxury tradition. Swiss-made certification, 80-hour power reserve, sapphire crystal, integrated bracelet, all for around $525–600. The Tissot PRX Powermatic 80 is the benchmark for affordable Swiss automatic excellence, and it belongs on every serious watch shortlist. Tissot has been making watches since 1853. With the PRX, they reminded the world exactly why they matter. Number 8. Seiko Speedtimer Solar Chronograph. In 1969, Seiko unveiled the caliber 6139, the world's first automatic chronograph. It was a revolutionary moment in watchmaking, and Seiko never forgot it. The Speedtimer Solar is a direct tribute to that heritage, reimagined for the modern era with vintage-inspired aesthetics and thoroughly modern solar power. The V192 solar caliber powers this watch with impressive efficiency. A full charge gives you up to 6 months of operation in the dark. And that's running a chronograph. which is one of the most power-hungry complications in watchmaking. In regular use with occasional light exposure, this watch runs indefinitely. The Panda-style dials, white with black subdials, or black with white subdials, are visually striking and immediately reference motorsport and the golden age of sports chronographs. The pushers are satisfyingly crisp. The tachymeter bezel adds authentic racing DNA, retro soul. Solar brain. The Speedtimer is the chronograph that respects the past and runs on the future. At 42 meters, the case wears perfectly for most wrists, substantial enough to make a statement, but not so large it becomes unwearable. The bracelet options range from steel to leather to fabric strap, giving you flexibility depending on how dressed up or casual you want to go. Priced around $450–$550, the Speedtimer Solar Chronograph competes directly with Swiss solar chronographs that cost 2 to 3 times more. The build quality, the dial finishing, and the movement reliability are all exceptional for the price point. For chronograph lovers who want character, heritage, and zero battery anxiety, this is your watch. Number 9. Casio Oceanus S100. If the G-Shock is the tough field soldier, the Oceanus is the dress officer. It's Casio at its most refined, a solar-powered, GPS and radio-synced timepiece, housed in an ultra-slim titanium case with a sapphire crystal and a design that would look completely at home in a luxury boardroom, the Oceanus. S100 receives signals from both multiband radio, waves, and GPS satellites, giving it worldwide time synchronization, no matter where on Earth you are. Whether you're in Tokyo, New York, Dubai, or Buenos Aires, this watch finds the correct time and time zone automatically. The slim profile is a genuine engineering achievement. Casio managed to pack solar cells, a multi-antenna, GPS receiver, and a precise movement into a case thinner than many simple three-hand analog watches. When you put it on your wrist, you don't feel the technology, you just enjoy it. The Oceanus proves that smart technology and elegant design don't have to be a compromise. The dial layout is clean and modern. Hour markers are understated, the hands are slim and polished, and the overall aesthetic communicates precision without aggression. This is a watch you could wear in a meeting with Tokyo executives and receive genuine admiration. Solar charging means zero battery changes. Atomic timekeeping means zero manual corrections. Titanium construction means virtually zero weight on your wrist. Priced around $300–$450, the Oceanus S100 is the thinking person's solar watch. Sophisticated, self-sufficient, and genuinely impressive. Number 9, but worthy of a much higher price tag. Number 10. G-Shock GW M561 Hayu. Tough solar, and this little square watch punches way above its weight class. The G-Shock has been a cultural icon since the 1980s, and Casio hasn't stopped improving it. The GW M561U runs on tough solar technology, meaning it charges from any light source, natural or artificial. Leave it on your desk under a lamp, and it powers itself. But here's what really sets it apart. Multiband 6 radio wave reception. This watch syncs automatically with atomic clock signals broadcast from 6 stations around the world. In Japan, the USA, the UK, Germany, and China, giving you accuracy within 1 second per 100,000 years. You literally never have to set this watch. The resin case is shock-resistant, water-resistant to 200 meters, and can survive drops, vibrations, and extreme temperatures that would destroy most other watches. It's been tested against mud, dust, and G-forces. This is not a fashion watch. This is a tool watch built for real-world abuse. From military operations to college campuses, the G-Shock survives everything life throws at it. The digital display is crisp and readable. The backlight illuminates perfectly in the dark. And the battery? In power save mode, this watch can run for up to 10 years without solar exposure. But with any regular light, it essentially runs forever. At just around $50 to $80, the GW M561U is arguably the most value-packed watch on this entire list. No other watch at this price offers radio wave synchronization, solar power, 200-meter water resistance, and military-grade toughness all in one package. It's not glamorous. It's legendary. And at number 10, it sets the tone for everything to follow.